The Big Oak Ranch is a long-standing faith-based children's home founded in 1974 by former University of Alabama football player John Croyle. Croyle felt called to create a safe, stable place for children who had been abused, neglected, or abandoned. What began as one farmhouse on donated land near Gadsden grew steadily over the decades into a nationally respected ministry known for giving kids not just shelter, but a true home and family environment. From the start, the ranch was built on a simple mission: to give children a chance to find hope, healing, and purpose.
I guess, John, you've got to, I know this, but a lot of people don't know your calling. It's a tremendous story. Played football at Alabama, gone on and made piles of money in the NFL. What happened? What motivated you to start this?
Well, the NFL thing, I was too little, too small, too weak, too wormy. But other than that, I could have played in the NFL. So let's clarify that. But
he could have played in the NFL. Don't listen to him.
But when I see Coach Brian, I said, Coach Brian, I'd like to get the money from Pro Ball and start a home for kids. And he just very direct. He just said, don't play Pro Ball unless you want to marry it. Go build that ranch you've been talking about. Walked out. And that's it.
Families in this state are still in crisis. You've not solved everything. You're inheriting this ministry, which takes care of these kids. But describe the needs right now for families, for some of these kids that you have here, the situations that they're coming from.
So if we're just talking about the 30,000-foot view problem, 10 years ago in our country, there were 3.5 million children that fell under orphan, neglected, abused, abandoned, in some form of crisis.
How many?
3.5 million.
In the United States?
In the United States. 10 years later, there are 7 million children that fall under orphan, neglected, abused, abandoned, or in crisis. And so if you're looking at it from an element of, we're not just growing, we are compounding every 10 years and doubling. So, we sit there and we go, man, we've now grown from, I think there was 18 houses to now we're at 32 houses at this point in time. And that's great growth if you want to look at it through that end. But at the end of the day, it's a addition game in a multiplication world.
You go to a behavioral health unit at a children's hospital. Mm-hmm. Now half of those kids are 5th and 6th graders. They're preteens. The girls suicidal, yep, and the boys with addiction problems. And to me, it just seems like it's multiplying so rapidly, the needs for what you do. And so the next question is, you probably have somebody watching this right now, and they feel it. You feel it. You know that you're called to help. What can people do to help you in this mission, Brodie? And John?
Yeah, so we take no state or federal funds. We're 100% privately funded, and we do that, and that's one of those benchmarks that Dad was like, hey, don't ever lose that, because at the end of the day, we're a Christian home for children needing a chance. And for us to be able to keep that Christian name in there, that means we have to be funded a certain way. But if I'm being completely honest, funds and being privately funded, it's not the vehicle, it's just the fuel that makes the vehicle go. The vehicle is how do we go help more people.
For somebody that wants to become a foster parent, that process takes how long?
So to become a foster family, it's a 10-week foundations, basically, class that you go through, and we do it a little differently because we go and we buy the home. So Big Oak Ranch owns the home, and we recruit foster families. We put them through this 10-week training program, and then if they go through that whole piece and we think that they're a fit for our culture and how it is that we want to raise children and they're committed to that, we actually move them into our home. And they don't have a mortgage, they don't have bills, we provide them with a minivan. Like we do a lot of things for them that we do for our families here, and they just get to live in our home and do it. So it's a little bit more of a mission than just a calling. Here's what they can do at the ranch. They can break a cycle. But when they leave us is when they change generations. And if we want to start seeing 7 million children in crisis, what if 10 years from now that number went down? And 10 years from then that number went down due to the generation that followed behind them. That's how we do it.
When people think of John Croyle in 25, 30 years, what do you want them to think?
The hardest question I've ever been asked. A little girl said, "So God loves me, right?" And I said, "Yep." I said, "He was always there, right?" And I said, "Yep." He said, "So when I was getting hurt, he was there. Why didn't you stop him?" I said, "Darn, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, and only God knows the answer to that. But I do know he sent us to come get you." And that was the legacy. I can live with that.